just one for themselves.
But he doesn't get into those situations often, does he?
And that's why he's so good. There aren't many players that can pressure him to that level, but he might be playing against one of them right here. And it looks like we're hopping into the set here. WESTL versus
Well,
DL, winners finals.
you caught down one of the strongest mechanical players, now he's going against the sprint world record holder. This better be one banger of a match.
I sure hope so. You can see WESTL already playing well over 5 PPS to start, but DL just losing. Not too much of an issue.
As he tends to do.
Oh, WESTL big spike, 30, but DL doesn't look super affected. Casually shrugs it off at, I say, a mere 4 PPS, and he manages to take the first round against Westo.
He's just completely unfazed. The 36 spike, not enough. You need like 50, I don't know. You do not one-shot Diao. You have to outplay this guy, and that is not easy by any means.
You can see Westo opting in for a little bit of the LST stack, forces the waits 2T while DL goes back to back, sends it, Westo breaks as well on the defense. A 38 spike, and DL again, not bothered too much, but they are in a little bit of trouble.
Yep, just taking his time looking
How
for
much
the best
though?
down stack,
It's
and he finds it.
Again, and what a down stack and what a spike to ring around there.
How does he just not make 4.3 look fast? Like, it looks like he's just chilling, and then he's playing faster than the sprint world record holder.
I wonder if you're Westo, you have to maybe rethink your strategy here, because I'm not sure if the Owls up there you can beat them, speed alone. You can see there, like, it's an insane spike from Westo, and DL managed to live one more time. A nice all spin setup for them to maintain back-to-back. Oh, tough for Tetris, and they break Surge to fend off that spike from Westo.
The problem Westo faces is that he's just too used to winning with pure brute force, because it works against 99.9% of players. But the 0.1% is standing right in front of him right now.
Not even the play one, the number one, maybe. At the moment.
There's not much debate for sure. And look, he's keeping up, he's spiking.
And Westo
doesn't even need the rest of the spike. It's perfectly well timed, and Dale had like 10 more damage.
Yeah, it's looking a little bit rough from Westo here. Just to go for a little bit of an unorthodox opener. Let him just misdrop that one a bit. DL, a lot of floatings on his side.
He's just saving off the pressure to send when he actually needs it. He's able to keep it clean and also.
Oh, Westo, a bad team misdrop, and that might be the end. Barely managed to make it out, but so much pressure from the side of DL. But Westo still has a down stack. Still, Westo's barely clinging on, and no. Just too much pressure from DL. And you can see it's not all clean pressure either. There's definitely some cheesy garbage at the top of his board that Westo had trouble dealing with.
Westo died to the follow-up of the follow-up of the follow-up, man. It just keeps coming.
Yep.
One mishold!
On, off with the hold, and Westo will just fall there. 0-5. And DL starting to run away with it, really. It's looking
That's half the set gone.
It's looking near perfect from the side of DL, to be honest. I'm not sure what Westo could do to stop him.
DL's form is impeccable, absolutely.
Okay, Westo sends a quick 17 spike, DL at the top of their board. Westo speeding up a lot of great all spins, but both players in a blink of an eye, just so at the bottom of their board.
DL's playing against 270 APM, and then he's still
it's cheesy garbage though. DL's in a lot of trouble here.
And then he can get down, I think. He's still timing though.
So much pressure from Westo that DL somehow manages to live out of that situation.
How is he?
More than a 1 PPS deficit here, but DL's making it look a little bit trivial. A lot of damage. Westo has a big surge advantage, forced to break it to survive. Converts it to a small spike, but
he's completely unfazed. DL just still with a perfectly clean board, able to accept, able to attack.
Oh, but that might be it. Oh! Breaks the surge and lives. That's incredible.
This is 280 APM pressure that he's living. It really doesn't look like it. Dial's just
Meanwhile, he's playing
killing.
at a casual 1 ATP, like near perfect efficiency. Actually, both these players are playing with 1 ATP, so you can really see how the damage buffs in Season 2 have affected it. Or maybe they're just that good. A nice ball spin setup, just such a big spike from DL. And Westo, at the top of the board, barely manages to get down, and finds a down stack.
Oh, DL missed
Maybe,
there.
yeah, a little bit of a mistake from the side of DL, but back to neutral in this round. Coming up on 2 minutes here. Probably the longest round we've had so far in this set. Westo breaks the surge to send a 30 spike. The DL lives through it. A little bit of a delayed down stack, but they're looking big fish. Westo huge low in the middle of the board. Gonna send a lot of pressure with this one. DL breaks surge, and still lives through it all.
DL's still so clean, like this entire round. Even though he's surviving such insane pressure that Westo has been putting out, the best so far in this tournament, definitely. Making it look like nothing.
Yeah. A little bit of cheesy garbage. Sets up a T-spin, takes it, and 9 combo to go all the way back down to the bottom. Westo.
Finally, struggling a little is Gal here. He's going to send a 27.
But that's a huge spike, and Westo will have a little bit of trouble here. And it's just one line too many, and Westo pops out.
That was 260 for almost 3 minutes from Westo.
Can't beat him with pure pressure, dude. You gotta send like insane spikes to kill. But easier said than done. Yao goes for an ult here while Westo builds up their back-to-back. Both players. Yao on 11.
Well into double digits at this point. He's about to reach
Yao forced the break, 20 spike. It's a bad misdrop, but Westo, a misdrop from Diao, they left the pressure a little bit and Westo barely managed to get out.
Okay, we're going back to neutral here.
Diao looking at the top of the board, little bit of trouble here. That's a clean down stack that lets them survive it.
I don't think Westo has enough pressure.
A nice combo Tetris, and it just cancels the entirety of Westo's spike.
Diao's timing is just completely destroying Westo at this point. Oh, look at this spike. He's gonna. Oh my!
28. Westo managed to live through it. It's a nice survival from Westo. Playing out 4.5 nearly. 240 APM once again.
Diao just always has 2 T-spins on his board, it seems. Okay, not with this misdrop. Westo might...
Westo doesn't have pressure.
Diao's out!
But no, Diao managed to make it out. Such a tense round. These rounds are so tense, but Diao managed to always come out on top at the end. We'll see if that's the same here. STSD for a big spike here. But Westo's on 10 surge, forced to break, 31 spike, 32, and Diao finally pops out. 1-6 for Westo.
Okay, 260 for 1 minute. 260 can kill. It just takes a while.
It's a great
30
spike.
Okay, 1 minute.
And another fast round from Westo managed to capitalize off the mistakes from Diao.
Well, if there's to be a comeback, it better start now, yeah.
No PCO opening. Diao takes it, Westo stacks up. Color clear from the side of Diao, but those don't do anything. But Westo has some bad misdrops here. Reads for a T-spin, that might be the end, but no, it's fine. Diao also forced up the top of their board. Goes for some ball spin setups. Managed to get a nice 20 spike, and that will top out Westo. Incredible use of ball spin from DL there.
Yeah, that's just a gorgeous sequence. Just converting what looked like a T-spin shape into 3 different all-spins.
No matter how much trouble he's in, he looks nearly unbeatable in these situations, DL. Westo, a couple misshots to start off the round, manages to clean up the board fast.
Does that mean, is that good enough though? Because Diao already has the surge advantage.
Breaks it though, and Westo manages to make it out without an issue. A lot of clean on the side of Diao. We'll see what they choose to do. A nice wall spin into an ice spin for a 32 spike. But Westo, great survival on his side.
looking clean here for both players. Westo maybe with a slight advantage, but Diao was perfect, canceling is going to find a 34. Gets all the way down.
And Westo in a clean
fine
board,
to
might be able to send some pressure here. Oh, double misdrop in the middle of this board, but Diao's also in a tough spot. Diao will have to make it down, but Westo's misdrops might just let him do that. And it's... I think without the misdrops, Westo would have had another round there, but... nearly back to neutral in this round. Westo might be in a bit of a better spot, building up 8 surge already. 9.
There's no ZP.
But he's forced to break it.
Diao has a fractal, looking for a spike. One piece off the spike.
Yeah. There's both players keeping it really clean now.
Oh, Diao misses off spin. Westo needs to be the one to find an advantage here. And he will start with some off spins. But Diao already with the lead.
Surge. Diao, huge spike, and Westo misdrops the J. Can't quite find the down stack.
Yeah, he could have lived there. He puts the J right there. And then he
found the skin of the teeth piece. I'd have barely been able to survive. And it's 2-8 for Diao already. 5 DPS opener from the side of Westo. Goes for a lot of T-spins in the center of the board. Nice all-spin to convert. And it's a 23 spike that instantly tops Diao out. I don't think he was quite ready for a spike that quickly.
Yeah, we found the win con. We found the win con. It's just 300 APM. Come on, Westo. Do it again! Do it again. He's doing it. He's at 5.7. And there's literally one player who can do this, and he's trying his best. And he's somehow 8-3
really
down.
Really pushing the speed here.
Oh, doesn't find
the break, but it's a 33 spike, 44 spike, and Diao just doesn't look like he took the spike at all. But a misdrop in the middle of his board, that might prove to be a little bit of an issue. It's a bad fix from the side of Diao. And Westo will take another round. 300 APM once again.
Wait, he did it again! Wait, do it again, do it again. Come on, he actually did it again. He needs to do it more. Wait, SDPC?
Set up versus a stick spin. Diao finds a big spike in the center of his board. Westo pushed up to the top. A lot of clean garbage for him to work with though. And he manages to send the spike. A little bit greedy for the T-spin. And some skins that aren't too great for him, but he managed to barely make it out.
Okay, somewhat neutral. Westo's going to work through this cheese and get all the way down.
But meanwhile, Diao's built up 8 spikes, sends a spike, and Westo just...
Wait, live?
Might have the pieces to live? No, but it's a follow-up pressure from Diao that takes the round.
Okay, Westo did 300 APM, Diao saw it, and he's like, okay, I can do that too, and he just dropped 300 APM back on Westo.
Diao, another stick spin opener, looking for the clean garbage, but Westo misdrops and starts skimming down. A nice double SC spin from Diao to build up 9 surge.
Oh, this is a bad board. Dawson's cooked.
But a couple bad placements forces him to break. Now Westo sending a lot of pressure here. Diao forces it off his board. And he makes it down. I mean, he always does, doesn't he?
Pretty neutral, but if the set has been anything to go by, Westo might be the first one to break surge. And there it is.
He breaks surge there. Diao breaks it as well on the defense, but he sends a big counter spike.
There's always
Westo
a spike.
has a clean board though, manages to make it out. And there's just so much pressure coming in. But they're fine through it all. Diao looks for a combo, almost finds it into Tetris. Oh, but an iron misdrop, and that might be it. Nice, Westo finds the pressure to capitalize off Diao's misdrops.
Oh, if Diao didn't misdrop, it was so over. Westo was cheesed up. Like a pot of fondue. Wait, that wouldn't have any hose. Wait, that's a horrible analogy. Don't click that one.
Diao misdrops can't do the T-spin with that. And that will be another round from Westo, starting to make a comeback for himself.
Nice.
If Diao keeps making these mistakes, then Westo might have a real chance back into this set. But if you know Diao, I don't think he makes mistakes too often, so...
Oh, the
goes with
perfect
the fractal,
timing.
a little bit greedy, but manages to maintain back-to-back. He has to break surge to survive here. It's a nice 17, 23 spike from Diao. Westo going for a DT cannon on the upper half of his board. Has to downstack quickly, and Diao in a lot of pressure, but he finds a nice combo down.
Westo
You see
managed to
Westo playing
cancel
at
the
5 PPS here, really pushing their speed.
Westo's looking a little bit cleaner here. But Dale might be able to push him more to knock him out of this state. And that's a beautiful TB setup coming in from Dale into a 37.
And he breaks this surge
Oh my
for a
God.
37 second. Westo just can't survive all that pressure. 6 to 10.
That's match point for Diao. We need 5 straight.
Double TPIs coming out.
To bring it to OT. Bring it to a deuce.
Westo starting off strong. The bad bitch drop from Diao might just be the end of him, and it is. 7 to
What's
10.
still 5 PPS?
Westo making it competitive towards the end of the set. So it's what, 6-1-6-0 at the start? 7-10 though. Might have a real chance at this. A nice 180 spin. And an S spin. But both players at 9 surge. Westo forced to break, but DL holds it.
That's a
Looking
little
for
bit
an
of
piece.
cheese on
Forced to break.
TNT tower! How does Westo have the nerves for that?
But a 29 spike from Diao, and Westo's in a lot of trouble. After he gets through this clean, he has a lot of cheese to go through, and we'll see if Diao can capitalize.
Diao's also cheesed up. He's going to give Westo the time he needs, and all the way down is Westo.
Diao builds a fractal, goes for the spike. It's only an 18 for now. Westo, again, a little bit of messy garbage at the top of this board. Not the best down stack,
Yeah!
but Diao a couple misdrops as well, and Westo manages to barely survive. I say barely. Wasn't that much of an issue for him.
Diao has another spike. Once he gets to his garbage. Never mind. He's just going to cancel with it. Oh, LST board. You don't want to face Diao when you have an LST board. I guess it's
There's a 31 spike, but Westo manages to hold on to 10 surge through the spike, cancels for a 21 spike, and they're both players are at the bottom of their board now.
Nice overhangless spin. Diao already has the
Actually,
surge
a
advantage.
Westo also building up their own surge, forced to break, and now Diao sends their surge. It's a little bit of cheese on Westo's side, but they're still working through it quickly.
Oh,
And
that's
another
gorgeous.
spike from Diao.
All these tiny little sequences to...
But an I misdrop at the top of this board. A little bit of a mystery there.
Westo looking
Hammer looking.
clean here.
A little bit back to neutral. Westo has a little bit of surge over Diao. Breaks it, and Diao sent to the top of their board. Manages to find the down stack. And Westo has to deal with a little bit of cheese before they can start sending super hard again.
I don't like this position from Westo. Diao on the other hand, that's gorgeous. He's going to find...
A nice T-spin mini to set that up perfectly. Goes for a club. Has 10 surge now. A nice spin into a T-spin for 12 surge. Might have to break it soon to survive. And there goes the
knocked him
spike.
out of it.
But Westo, under a lot of pressure, and that'll be the set for Diao. Dude, what an insane player. Like, very little to no errors. You could see this guy surviving 4 or 5 PPS, like 250 pressures so often from Westo. Like, how... We'll see if
almost a
anybody
1
can beat him.
deficit, by the way. Westo ended at 4.5. Diao ended at 3.87.
And yet,
So 0.6
Diao has
PPS.
the higher APM despite a 0.6 PPS gap. So he's really working off the garbage that Westo sends him.
Just like, we talk about efficiency a lot. We talk about what you can do with your pieces. Diao's working with the other player's pieces at this point. Whatever you send to him, he sends it right back to you. It's playing against like 15,000% backfire mode.